Three small packages arrived at political offices in Canada in May 2012, and inside them, investigators discovered something that made the entire country stop and ask one question: who would send human body parts through the mail? And even stranger, why had the suspected killer already shown the crime to the world online? Welcome to Learn English with True Stories. Today, we will explore a shocking real case from Canada, and along the way, you will learn natural English expressions while following a true crime story that captured global attention. Our story centers on Luka Magnotta. He was born on July 24, 1982, in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. As a young adult, he wanted fame. Acting, modeling, reality television, anything that could put him in front of cameras. People who knew him said he spent a lot of time online. He created profiles, posted photos, and tried to build an image of success. Here is a useful word. Image means the way people see someone or something. For example, the company wants a strong image. Even when work was unstable, he tried to look successful. Some days he had money and some days he did not. Still, he kept posting photos and stories online. Over time, the internet became more than just a hobby for him, and soon, attention on the internet would become something darker. During the late 2000s, people in online communities started noticing disturbing videos involving animals. These videos appeared on the internet, and many viewers felt shocked and angry. Several people began working together online to find the person responsible. Let's look at that word. Responsible means the person who caused something or did something. For example, she is responsible for the project. These internet users compared backgrounds in the videos, furniture, and small objects in the rooms. They believed the same person was creating the videos. Some viewers started to suspect Luka Magnotta, but police did not yet have enough proof. And while people online searched for clues, something even more serious was about to happen. By 2012, Magnotta was living in Montreal, Quebec. In that city, a 33-year-old international student named June Lin was studying computer science. He had moved from China to Canada to build a better future. Friends described him as kind and quiet. He worked hard at school, and he often stayed in touch with his family back home. That's a common phrasal verb. Stay in touch means to continue communicating with someone. For example, she moved away, but we stay in touch. In late May 2012, June Lin met someone through an online dating site. The meeting seemed normal at first, two adults agreeing to meet. But after that meeting, June Lin disappeared. At first, friends thought he might simply be busy. However, days passed and no one heard from him. Soon, concerns started to grow. Here is a useful word. Concern means a feeling of worry about something. For example, his family felt concern when he did not call. Meanwhile, on May 25, 2012, a disturbing video appeared online. It showed a violent act involving a man, filmed inside an apartment. The video quickly spread across different websites. Police in Montreal began investigating the video. Not long after, a shocking discovery appeared hundreds of kilometers away. A package arrived at the headquarters of a political party in Ottawa. Inside, workers found human remains. Let's quickly explain that word. Headquarters means the main office of an organization. For example, the company moved its headquarters to Toronto. Soon after, another package was discovered at a different political office in Montreal, and then a third one appeared. Investigators realized they were dealing with a serious crime that had crossed several cities. Now, the question became urgent. Who had sent those packages? Police examined security cameras from post offices and buildings. At the same time, internet users pointed investigators toward the disturbing video. In that video, detectives noticed details inside the apartment: furniture, posters, and even a blanket on the bed. You might hear this quite often. Notice means to see or become aware of something. For example, she noticed a mistake in the report. Step by step, evidence began to point toward one person, Luka Magnotta. But when police went looking for him, they discovered something surprising. He had already left Canada. At that moment, the case turned into an international manhunt. Let's look at that expression. Manhunt means a large search for a criminal by police. For example, police started a manhunt after the robbery. Authorities believed Magnotta had traveled to Europe. News of the crime spread quickly across television and the internet. Soon, police agencies in different countries started working together. Here's what that means. Work together means to cooperate or help each other. For example, the teams worked together to solve the problem. During those days, investigators also confirmed the identity of the victim. It was June Lin. Friends and classmates were shocked. Many could not believe that the quiet student they knew had become part of an international investigation. While police searched across borders, Magnotta seemed to keep moving. Reports suggested he had traveled through France. Then the trail led to Germany. Before we continue, trail means the path or clues that help find someone. For example, the police followed the trail to the suspect. On June 4, 2012, the search finally reached Berlin. At a small internet cafe, a worker noticed a man sitting at a computer. The man was reading news articles about a famous Canadian murder suspect. The photos in the articles showed the suspect's face, and the man at the computer looked exactly like him. That worker felt something was wrong. Here is an interesting word. Suspect means a person police think may have committed a crime. For example, the suspect was questioned by police. The worker quietly contacted the police. Officers soon arrived at the cafe. Inside, they approached the man and asked for identification. It was Luka Magnotta. He was arrested without resistance. That's a useful word. Resistance means fighting back or refusing to accept something. For example, the door opened without resistance. Soon after the arrest, German authorities prepared to send him back to Canada. During interviews, investigators tried to understand the events that led to the crime. Magnotta had spent years chasing attention online. You might hear this expression a lot. Chase attention means to try very hard to get people to notice you. For example, some influencers chase attention on social media. According to investigators, he had carefully planned parts of the crime and the online video. He also left clues connected to movies and internet culture. Still, many people asked the same question. Why would someone want global attention in such a disturbing way? During the investigation, police gathered digital evidence, witness statements, and records from the apartment in Montreal. Let's look at that word. Evidence means information or objects that help prove something is true. For example, the police found evidence at the scene. Investigators worked for months to build a strong legal case. Meanwhile, the story continued to attract media attention around the world. News channels discussed the strange mix of internet culture, crime, and fame. Some experts suggested the suspect wanted recognition more than anything else. That's a useful word. Recognition means being noticed or known by others. For example, the artist finally received recognition for his work. In March 2013, the trial process began in Canada. Magnotta faced several charges, including first-degree murder. During the court proceedings, lawyers presented evidence and testimony. Family members of the victim also spoke about June Lin's life and dreams. Those moments reminded everyone that behind the headlines was a real person who had moved far from home to study and build a future. Here is a meaningful phrase. Far from home means being a long distance away from where you live. For example, she felt lonely living far from home. The trial lasted several weeks. Jurors listened to experts, investigators, and witnesses. In December 2014, the jury reached a decision. Luka Magnotta was found guilty. Let's look at that word. Guilty means responsible for committing a crime. For example, the court found him guilty. The court sentenced him to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. For Jun Lin's family and friends, the decision brought some closure, although the loss remained deeply painful. That's an important word. Closure means a feeling that something painful has finally come to an end. For example, the apology gave her some closure. Even today, the case remains one of the most widely discussed crimes connected to the internet. It showed how online platforms, global travel, and modern media can quickly turn a local crime into a worldwide story. And it also reminded investigators how digital clues can help track someone across countries. Before we finish, here is a useful phrase. Track down means to find someone after searching for them. For example, police tracked down the thief. In this case, thousands of people, from internet users to international police officers, helped follow the clues. And eventually, those clues led to a small internet cafe in Berlin. Stories like this remind us that behind every headline are real lives, real families, and real consequences. A search for fame and attention can sometimes lead people down a very dark path. If you enjoy learning English through powerful, real stories like this one, consider subscribing to the channel and following along with future episodes. Here, we explore fascinating real events and true crime cases while helping you build natural, confident English, one story at a time.